So to start, Vim comes pre-installed on Mac and Linux. However, if you're on Windows, you might need to install it separately depending on the version of your OS. I'll leave a link in the description for how you can do that. So let's start by opening one of these files I have in this directory. So I'm going to do vim and then vim.py to open this file. Perfect. So now we're within Vim. And what you're going to notice now is your mouse can't really do anything with it. Everything within Vim is done from the keyboard, which is great because it forces us to be more efficient. Right now, we're in what's called normal mode. This is the default mode of Vim. And this is how you navigate around your page, or you can then open command mode, what we'll talk about later. To move down a line, you're going to use the J key. To move up a line, you're going to use the K key. So you can see that here. You can navigate up and down between your lines. And to navigate left and right, first for right, you're going to use the L key. Allows you to move like that. And then the H key allows you to move to the left. Perfect. To go to the bottom of our page, you can do a capital G, and that will bring you all the way down to the bottom of your current file. To go to the top of your file, you can use double G, and that will bring you all the way to the first line of the file. And all of these commands you can use by prefacing them with a number on the keyboard. So if I did, say, 5 and then J, for example, it'll jump me down 5 lines. If I do 5 and then K, it'll jump me up 5 lines. Now let's go over the basics of command mode. So to open command mode, you're going to do a colon, and you'll see a little bar that pops up on the bottom. From there, I'm going to just do W. That's our write command, so just the same as save. If I do :Q, this will quit us out of Vim. So I'm going to go back in. We can also do Q ! To quit without saving. Most of the time in Vim, you're probably going to want to be working with multiple files in a directory, and you're not going to want to have to quit out and open the other file every time. So that's where tabs come in. To open a tab with a new file, I'm going to do tab new, and I'm going to open our other file we have. So vim.second.py. So now we're in our other file, and we have 2 tabs, as you can see at the top. To navigate between them, you're going to do colon, so back in command mode, and I'm going to do tab P to go back a tab. To go forward a tab, I'm going to do tab N. So you can just think of that as tab next in tab previous. We can also, I'm going to navigate back to our other tab. To go to a specific line, say you have an error on line 6, you can just do colon and 6, and that will bring you down to the start of that line. Another command that is also quite helpful is we can use just ls to show the files in our current directory, as well as we can use our Unix commands if you start the line with an exclamation mark, and then let's say we want to do ls like right in the terminal essentially. We do ls here, it'll show us what that looks like in our terminal, and then we just push return and we're back in Vim. So we haven't talked about insert mode yet. So how we use that is we can press I to insert. See, insert mode comes up on the bottom, and I will put us before our cursor. So that means when we type like this, it's before that colon there. If I do that and then you press escape to get out of that, if I press A, that will put me in insert mode ahead of where my cursor is. So now I can type something like does nothing, as this function doesn't do anything. You can also use O to go down a line, and that will start a new line and put you in insert mode. Escape to get out, and you can do Shift O, capital O, in order to start a new line above where your cursor is. Visual mode in Vim allows us to select lines and copy, paste, or cut them. I'm going to go up to this line, and I'm going to press V, what puts you in visual mode. And I'm going to press L a few times, and I'm just going to grab this definition. And now, if I press Y, which stands for yank, I have now exited visual mode, and I can, if I go above, for example, and I press P while I'm in normal mode, that will paste what I just yanked. I'm going to delete that now by pressing double tapping D on the keyboard will delete the entire line that you're on. And I'm going to do this all again. I'm going to go visual mode. I'm going to grab this line. So this time I'm going to press C, what's cut. Now if I just press P, whoops, I got to get out of visual mode. If I press P while I'm in normal mode, I'll paste that back essentially the same way as it was, although we have an extra space there at the beginning. Although this is very fast, to get started with Vim, that's all you really need to know. If you're using Vim motions within your IDE, like personally I usually use it within VS Code, it really helps me be a lot more productive being able to fly around my page using just the keyboard. However, personally, I prefer using something like VS Code just because I can visually see the project files all laid out. It's really up to personal preference though. There's so much more to learn with Vim. This isn't even 5% of the amount of stuff you can do. There's macros, there's hundreds of other commands. However, to get started, this is all you're going to need. That's all I have for you for now. I hope this was beneficial. If it was, please subscribe. And yeah, have a good one.